You know the expression about London buses, you wait for one and then three come along all at once, so immediately you're away like a train.
Look, I mean, even live on football is just crazy. You know, sometimes the ball just didn't want to go inside, and today just 3 goals, and which just changed everything. So, which is really crazy. And then I learned so many things in this tough period. 3 lucky goals, and I'm really, really proud and appreciate it.
Right up until the 4th goal, we were well in the game, and for large parts of that, I thought we were the better team. But we sort of self-inflicted really today. We were on downfall. We made mistakes, and the 2 corners, and obviously mistakes with the ball. And if you do that against top players, then they can punish you. It was maybe a wee sense of deja vu for the players. So, but they kept fighting, they kept going, they kept their spirit. And like I say, I felt the 6-2 was harsh in the end.
Yeah, it's strange, no? Because from the start, he scored a 0 goal, and then today, in only 30 minutes, he scored a hat-trick. I think that if we make rotations, it will be good. It will be good for the team, for the player, for his welfare, and at the same time, if you give energy and then you come in and you play in the way that Sonny played, I think everybody are happy.
I read an awful lot of nonsense this week about Heung-min Son, as you always do when a top player has a little dip in form, which everyone does from time to time. I suspect that will all end now.
Listen, we know how good he is. He's going for a barren patch, but that quality never leaves you. No. You know, he'll always find scoring positions. He'll always work hard for the team. And when he gets those chances, I mean, I don't know why people are doubting him. I really don't. He's got all the quality you could wish for. Great work by Spurs, getting behind the ball, getting it nicked there. Nice hard work. Son's on his bike. He's gone. Now he receives the ball 6 yards inside Leicester's half. He's got a lot to do. He sticks it in the top corner. He runs about 30, 40 yards, sticks it past 2 defenders. There shouldn't be a problem there. 2 defenders should deal with that. Only quality players can score goals like that. You've got 4 players there that have just ran out and left that little gap there, just in there, should know that Son is there behind him. I don't think he does. Son decides to put it on his left foot and curl it in the other corner this time.
Fabulous to do that.
Yeah, to be able to go right foot and left foot, you are leaving the defenders thinking, but that's the quality that he has. I mean, Bentancur wins, I think it's Basuma wins it back there. And then you've got Højbjerg, who leaves Ndidi for pace, picks the pass for Son. Son calms himself down. And in front of goal, this is the kind of person you want. There was a questionable offside there, but as you can see, he was just onside. But you cannot question somebody that has the pace, he's direct, he's composed. And I think when you've got someone like that on the bench, at some point, he's going to make a difference for your team. Yeah. I mean, only the 7th man to score a hat-trick.
Coming on as sub, yeah.
Well, you know, which is incredible. That's not a bad list to be on. Yep. Am I got me another few pages? I'm on that list, am I, somewhere?
Did you do that? Did you?
That's one with that Alan Shearer on there. Yeah. It's brilliant.
I don't think he was ever sub. Except when Ruud Gullit left him out, I think. Well, we've seen Leicester's frailty from set pieces for a year or so now. I think any Leicester fan will tell you, as soon as there's a corner, you just hold your head in your hands and pray. It is. But it was self-evident again today.
Psychological effects on corners. Conceding 22 goals after 7 games, the worst in Leicester's history, in the Premier League, that is. If you just look at this corner here, and I understand the low on confidence, but you've got your 2 centre-half, Evans and Faz, there who have stepped up, but the rest of the team decide to drop off. This is where they should be, and what happens, there's an overload at the back post. You want to squeeze up, just to make it hard for the opposition team, try catch someone offside, and from that, I just knew it was going to be a difficult. We'll give it to Dyer here, good movement from an offensive point of view, but if you look defensively, Daka and Justin are basically doing the same job. If you're at that front post, that is supposed to be your area where you're supposed to get rid of the ball. Because the communication's not there, the sort of sloppy, shall I go, shall you go, it just didn't work. And it's just, again, individual errors. Can Faz come round and give the option for Evans there? You can see Bentancur is on his bike there, gives it to Ndidi, and it gets tackled right onto in the middle of the pitch. You can see what Spurs are trying to do.
He's
Box
waiting for the
him
pass,
in.
isn't he, Bentancur?
He's actually waiting, and this is at 2-2. You know, they got themselves into the game, played really well, but it's these mistakes that are costing them, and it's happening time and time again. This is, conceded goals from corners from last season. 19.
I know.
It is so worrying now.
They brought in
for
a set
Leicester.
piece coach as well.
Well, I don't know. I seen the interview with Maddison, and he said they've spent so much time on trying to get it right, but it's just not happening. Although Leicester did play really well up until that point. I thought Maddison was really good today.
Yeah, I think Leicester have. I mean, actually, today I was mildly encouraged by Leicester's performance. I know it sounds mad when they lose 6-2, but they played really well in the first half, particularly well. Leicester won't go down.
It's the worst start since 80. They said worst start since 83. Who played for him then?
83?
Yes.
I know someone might have been around, but they stayed up. They stayed up, and that same person got 22 goals.
Touche.
No team had scored